Will the clerk please call the roll?
It is now 11 a.m. Calling the roll for the Monday, June 18th Board of Control meeting. Nan Baker. Dale Miller.
Here.
Joe Nani serving as an alternate for Dan Brady.
Here.
Mike Dever. Armin Budish.
Here.
Dennis Kennedy. Lenora Lockett. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Minutes from June 11th. Any corrections? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Any public comment?
Comment at this time,
No tabled items?
and no tabled items.
Okay. let's get
First item is a two-part item, item BC 2018-378, Department of Public Works. A, submitting an RFP exemption on requisition 42798, which will result in an award recommendation to Rush Truck Centers of Ohio, Inc., in the amount not to exceed $131,984.68 for the purchase of one 2018 7500 International Single Axle Dump Truck. And B, recommending the award in connection with said RFP exemption.
Mike Chambers of Public Works, we're asking for approval of the exemption, which is to utilize the ODOT contract. As you know, they buy probably 100 to 1 on what we buy, and they get the best price statewide. So it makes sense for the county to do that. So we're asking for approval of that. And the vehicle that's being replaced, generally we push down. This one's beyond repair. It's going to cost too much money to keep it in there. So at best, it'll get salvage value or parts from somebody, whoever buys it. We're going to auction it off.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Next item, item number BC 2018-379, Department of Public Works, recommending to amend Board Approval Number BC 2018-142, dated March 5th, 2018, which authorized an alternate procurement process, which will result in award recommendations to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $320,000 for the purchase of ready-mix concrete to complete various department orders effective June 18th, 2018, by adding two additional vendors, which are Osborne Concrete and Tech Ready Mix.
Mike Chambers again with Public Works. We had this passed back in 2018 to utilize these concrete vendors. What's happening is there's a region-wide shortage. There's so many projects going on that the two vendors that we want to utilize is pushing us further and further down for the bigger projects. So in order to continue operations, we've added these two additional companies. Just so you know, one of our Rockports, the number one on the list, is $124 a cubic yard. Tech is $123, and Osborne is $126. So the price is right there. One of the oddball ones is Carr. He's at $138, but he has a little more favorable delivery terms, which is, sometimes we utilize that. But bottom line is the prices is very equal to what we're getting right now.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yes.
Councilman Miller.
So are you saying we're not really adding more money, but we're just creating additional flexibility as to who we're going to work with?
Absolutely. We're having a very hard time getting them to come now, so we need to get more people out there. And this enables us, outside of then stopping and trying to go through a formal process every time we need concrete, just gives us the justification to go ahead and get whoever can come out there, one of these four vendors.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Next item, item BC 2018-380, Department of Public Works, recommending a payment in the amount of $1,662.50 to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency for a permit to install application in connection with the construction of a segment of the Towpath Trail Extension Stage 1.
Hi, Nicole English with Public Works. This is the amount we have to pay for a permit that's needed because we're extending a new sewer line as part of the Towpath Trail. It'll go over the Harvard Bridge, and this is just a requirement of the EPA. These will be paid out of, it's not the county funds, these are the ODNR funds that are a local match for the Towpath project.
Thank you. Questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Next item is a two-part item, item BC 2018-381, Department of Information Technology. A, submitting an RFP exemption on requisition 42834, which will result in an award recommendation to DLT Solutions LLC in the amount not to exceed $26,693.20 for annual maintenance services for 25 SolarWind software licenses and an upgrade license for VM64 Virtualization Manager software. And it's for the period July 28, 2018 through July 28, 2019. And B, recommending the award in connection with said RFP exemption.
We're Dennis Sullivan, Department of IT. This purchase order will result in the upgrade of the one license due to the expansion of the virtual environment, and it'll also be for the 25 licenses being added on. This has been described as environment monitoring software. What it does is all network detection and problem resolution for anything network-wide for the county access. And this came in under GSA pricing, which was less than state term, and that's the exemption.
Thank you. Questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Next item is a two-part item, item BC 2018-382, Department of Information Technology. A, submitting an RFP exemption on requisition 42804, which will result in an award recommendation to Dell Marketing LP in the amount not to exceed $1,606.80 for the purchase of 12 VLA Windows Remote Desktop licenses, software licenses. And B, recommending the award in connection with said RFP exemption.
Good morning, Dennis Sullivan again with the Department of IT. This department order is an exemption or state term with Dell. This is for 12 user licenses to be added. Right now we only have 2. This will allow 12 more to use simultaneous use of what they call Document Express software. And it is for ERP functions, and it is being paid for the ERP index. As you know, or maybe you don't know at this time, Microsoft is our server platform standard in the county. And then these dates, this subscription will roll into our master service agreement with Microsoft as a whole, which goes until June 30th of 2020.
Thank you. Questions? Councilwoman Baker.
Thank you. The only reason I questioned where the funding was coming from is that the funding source is general fund, but you're saying it's coming out of the ERP 25 million?
Dennis, can you help us with that? It's an IT index. So
Yes.
it's within our operating index, all the old capital dollars. Technically, it's general fund, but it's for the ERP purpose. Is that correct?
Correct.
So when I classify it as, or anyone else that classifies it as general fund, is that correct or not?
It is. It will be classified to the project. If you remember at the tail end of last year, any of the bond proceeds that were originally allocated for the ERP had to be used. So we use those for some other projects and move all the remaining project codes into the general fund as swap
I don't
outs.
know, Andrea, if you suggested or somebody, maybe, I don't know how much room is
Right.
for characters in that field, but maybe we can do general fund /
ERP
ERP or
project.
something, just to let you know it's that index code we're using. I don't know.
That would be helpful, and then kind of run down how much is left of that pot, so we know if we're getting close to the end as we're using those resources. Is that possible?
Yeah, we could get you a report that.
As you're asking, that's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for the clarification, Dennis, because we got that question more than once. It is, technically it is general fund.
Any further questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Baker. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, item BC 2018-383, Department of Public Safety and Justice Services, recommending an award on requisition 42002 and enter into an agreement with University of Akron Training Center for Fire and Hazardous Materials in the amount not to exceed $10,000 for hazardous materials technician training services, and it's for the period June 25th, 2018 through August 15th, 2018.
Good morning, Mary Beth Vaughn from Public Safety, and the purpose of this class is to give qualified firefighters the opportunity to get their hazmat certification. This will actually train them on how to respond safely and effectively to incidents of suspected hazardous material spills. We did go out, solicited quotes on this, and we are making the recommendation to the lowest response.
Thank you. questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye.
Next item, item BC 2018-384, Department of Health and Human Services, Cuyahoga Job and Family Services, recommending an award on requisition 41916 and enter into a contract with Early Childhood Options of University Circle in the amount not to exceed $181,101.18 for child care drop-in services, and it's for the period July 1st, 2018 through June 30th, 2019.
Good morning, Bob Math with the Department of Health and Human Services on behalf of Job and Family Services. This is recommending an award to award a contract to Early Childhood Options to continue to operate our child care drop-in center at the Virgil Brown Neighborhood Family Service Center. This service enables parents who come with their children to meet with their caseworker an opportunity to put their children in the drop-in center so there's less distractions when they're meeting with their caseworker. They provide services for children 6 weeks old to 12 years old. And it's we issued an RFP in February, and we had several responses, and this is the organization that we're recommending going forward.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Seeing none, I move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
By Councilwoman Baker. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're on to the consent agenda. Items 385 to 387. Are there any questions?
Couple questions.
Yes, Councilwoman Baker.
On the 42723, there was a question on the Essential Objects Developer license. I never heard of that before. And the answer back was to be able to convert it to PDF. We weren't able to convert those to
We
PDF
were.
before?
We were able to convert the website pages to PDF before, but they've done a major platform upgrade. They went from Microsoft Server 2008 to 2016.
Oh.
So this new version, new license is needed for the upgrade in the server that handles all those requests.
Do you anticipate those licenses to go up again as technology improves over the next 5 to 8 years? This is what, yeah,
Everything
8
everything
years?
goes up.
I know.
That's a big question, but we hung around with Microsoft Server 2008 for 10 years.
Right, that's not too bad. All right, thank you.
Further questions?
I do have another question on the 42741.
That's mine too.
Just curious on, this is not a replacement, so,
Addition.
right, what is the purpose then?
It's
of-
actually a blue screen. They presently have a black screen, a white screen. This is a blue screen.
Okay.
And this came back from feedback from projects they've done and filming they've done for different departments and different personnel, and to have a variation of a backdrop and color tone and image. And it was bid out 2 times within Bi-Speed, and this is the lowest price, the lowest vendor.
Okay, and so this will expand their services, do you think, or what is it that it will do to improve?
Nan, to be honest with you, I don't know that it expands their services because they haven't denied anyone that wanted to get anything done as far as any kind of announcements or any kind of video. I think this enhances what they're doing. Might make a greater presentation.
Okay.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I move to approve the consent agenda items. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nani. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The consent agenda items are approved. Other business.
Yes, we have one mission-critical item. It's from the Medical Examiner's Office, recommending an award on requisition 42949 to Agilent Technologies, Inc., in the amount not to exceed $3,259 for emergency repair of an Agilent G1 888 Headspace Auto Sampler instrument, and it's for the Toxicology Department. And the funding source is General Fund.
Hugh Shannon, Medical Examiner's Office. So this part of the gas chromatograph allows volatile samples to go directly into the GC. It will not properly load, so that makes the entire piece of equipment inoperable. So that needed to be replaced.
I move to amend today's agenda to consider the item. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The agenda is amended. Are there any questions on the item?
Just one. Would this be considered a capital expense because it's a piece of equipment?
No, it's a repair.
It's just a repair. You're repairing what you have. All right. Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I move to approve the item. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Item's approved.
Thank you.
Any other business?
No other business at this time,
Any public comment?
and no public comment.
I move to adjourn. Is there a second? Seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. We are adjourned.